Let me ask you something no one has ever asked you before. What if the reason she left you was hidden in the signs you never saw? Think about it. The nights she went silent. The sudden coldness. The way her eyes shifted when you walked into the room. You thought she was tired, distracted, busy. But what if she was reacting to something deeper? Something she felt in her body. Something you weren't supposed to notice? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women never admit what really turns them on. They hide it behind excuses, behind "I'm fine," behind fake smiles. But their bodies tell the truth you were too blind to see. And that's why you lost her. Because the signs were right there. The trembling voice. The nervous hands. The way she couldn't look at you without licking her lips first. Those signs didn't just appear with you. They appeared with the man she chose after you. Let that sink in. You trusted her words, but her body was whispering answers you refused to hear. And now I'm going to expose those signs. The 5 psychological triggers that reveal when a woman is wet, aroused, and dangerously close to giving herself to a man. But before I tell you, I want you to do something painful, something honest. Comment the last sentence your ex said to you before she walked away. Yes, the exact words. Let it out. Bleed it into the comments. I want to see how many men felt the same betrayal you did. And listen, if I'm saying things you've never heard before, if this already feels uncomfortably accurate, don't lie to yourself. Subscribe right now. Because what comes next will expose every woman you've ever known. Now buckle up. This isn't a video. It's your truth, finally revealed. 1. Her voice softens and breaks. You ever talk to a girl, maybe in a coffee shop in London, a bar in New York, or even at a quiet bus stop in Manchester, and suddenly her voice shifts? Not dramatically, not something most men catch, but you felt it. A softness, a breathiness, a small tremble hiding under every word. She tries to speak normally, but her body betrays her, and you didn't imagine it. Women don't lose vocal control unless something inside them is pulling the strings. She sees you, she hears you, but more importantly, she feels you. And the moment that feeling hits, her voice automatically moves into a lower, softer frequency because her nervous system is lighting up. She says your name differently, slower, warmer, almost like it tastes better coming out of her mouth. She asks random questions just to make you keep talking because the sound of your voice is doing things to her she doesn't want you to notice. Maybe she's sitting across from you in a cafe in Birmingham, pretending she's interested in the menu, but her voice gets shaky when she asks, "So, what are you doing later?" She's trying to hide the way her breath shortens. She laughs too gently. She inhales a little deeper after every sentence, and she tries to cover it by sipping her coffee or looking away for a second. But she knows you heard it. She knows you felt it, and that scares her. Because women don't want you to know when you have that effect on them. Her voice exposes everything she won't admit. It's not just shyness. It's not politeness. It's not personality. It's desire slipping through the cracks of her self-control. She'll talk to other guys normally, louder, more stable, more casual. But with you, she can't maintain it. Something about your presence makes her system glitch. You walk into a room, you sit next to her. You come close enough for her to smell your cologne, and her whole body recalibrates. Her heart rate jumps. Her breathing becomes uneven. And her voice softens because she's feeling you in a way she doesn't want to confess. She tries to regain control, clears her throat, tries to speak louder, tries to act unaffected, but it never works. Her biology takes over. And whether she's standing with you outside a club in Los Angeles or walking with you near the Thames in London, that voice shift is the one thing she cannot hide. You want to know the dark truth? A woman's voice becomes breathy when she's aroused because her mind is trying to stay composed while her body is reacting. Her lips feel warmer. Her tongue feels heavier. Her breathing becomes deeper, and the words come out softer, slower, and shakier because she's trying to balance 2 battles. What she wants, or what she thinks she should show. If her voice ever broke around you, even once, even for half a second, it wasn't an accident. And you felt it because she wanted you far more than she let on. 2, she touches herself without realizing it. Not sexually, but subconsciously. Women don't even know they're doing it. But you see it. And if it ever happened around you, then you were affecting her on a level she couldn't control. Picture this. She's sitting across from you on a rooftop bar in Chicago, pretending she's relaxed, pretending she's calm, but her hands are betraying her every second. She keeps brushing her fingers across her neck, touching her collarbone, adjusting her necklace even though it hasn't moved. She pulls her hair behind her ear. She touches her lips when she listens to you. She plays with her bracelet. She smooths her jeans. She crosses and uncrosses her legs. She moves her hands constantly, like her body is overheating and looking for a way to release the tension. Women touch themselves when they're aroused because their skin becomes more sensitive. Electricity running under their surface, begging for an outlet. And the moment she feels that heat, she starts touching the places where she feels it most. Her neck, her jawline, her thighs, her stomach. The places she wishes you were touching. Maybe you saw her in a bookstore in Toronto, acting like she's focused on the shelves, but she keeps tucking her hair behind her ear every time you look at her. Maybe you talked to her outside a cafe in Sydney and she kept biting her lip, rubbing her hands together, or sliding her fingers across her collarbone. Maybe you were walking with her through Central Park and she kept adjusting her clothes every few seconds. Not because they needed fixing, but because her body was reacting to you. These are not cute habits. These are biological confessions. Her mind is trying to stay in control. Her body is losing the battle. She doesn't touch herself like this around men she feels nothing for. She only does it when she feels exposed, nervous, excited when her body is speaking louder than her words. She touches herself because she's imagining something she will never admit to you directly. She's fighting back the craving that's rising under her skin. Watch her hands. A woman who is aroused becomes restless. Her body can't stay still. Her fingers search for something, anything to release the pressure building inside her. She'll touch her lips because she's imagining yours. She'll touch her neck because she's feeling warmth spread down her chest. She'll touch her thighs because the tension is hitting her lower body harder than she expected. And if she ever did this around you even once, you weren't imagining it. Her body was already reacting to you. 3. She looks at your lips instead of your eyes. This one exposes everything. She'll hold eye contact, break it, glance at your mouth, look away fast, then come back. She's not shy. She's fighting instinct. Women look at the part of a man they want. Her eyes betray her fantasies. Even half a second is enough. If she ever stared at your lips, jawline, shoulders, or hands, she wasn't evaluating you. She was picturing you, and her pupils dilated. She didn't choose it. Her biology did. She moves closer and pretends it's accidental. A woman who isn't attracted keeps space. A woman who's wet for you destroys that space. She stands too close. She leans in too far. She brushes against you lightly. She positions herself within your reach. She finds excuses to be near your body and not your words. You'll notice she doesn't pull away when you move. She stays. She lingers. She lets the moment breathe. She wants you close because her desire is louder than her fear of being obvious. 5. She gets jealous the moment another girl gets your attention. Women don't get territorial over men they don't want. But when she's aroused, her reactions expose everything. Her smile fades, her tone shifts. She watches you more closely. She interrupts more. She fights for your attention without admitting it. She becomes quiet, or sharper, or more competitive. That's not love. That's desire trying not to lose its prize. If she changed the moment another girl appeared, she was already imagining you as hers. Conclusion. A woman never tells you she wants you. Her body tells you first. Her voice softening, her constant touching, her eyes exposing fantasies, her body moving toward you, her jealousy snapping through the moment you talk to someone else. These aren't coincidences. These are biological confessions, and if even one of these signs sounded familiar, then she was wetter for you than she would ever dare to admit. You weren't imagining it. You just didn't know how to read it, until now. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.